I'm just putting on this, which is called the suspension arm. This suspension arm takes out all the bounce that happens. It's made of carbon fiber, and this whole tower is made of carbon fiber. And people say, how come? And the reason how come is when you want to capture the action from car to car, generally you're following some sort of quite souped up Ferrari or Lamborghini or something like that. And those cars look terrible when they're going slow, and when they really come into their own is when they're being driven, what the drivers call being driven hard. So the brakes are red hot, they're going in hard into the corners, etc., etc. To do all of that, your camera car needs to be able to keep up. And that's why all those camera cars that you see that are matte black Porsches and Mercedes and all the rest of it, that's why, because they need a really good engine plus a really good professional driver to be able to do all of that. Come with me, would you? So the difference between a tower and a pursuit car, so the pursuit car is something with the Russian arm, with the big arm on the top of it there. The tower is designed, the Russian arm will have coordination between the professional driver and the Russian arm operator. And that Russian arm operator is booming that whole jib arm up, down, and left to right. And there has to be fantastic communication between those two people. That's what you're paying for when you're getting all that sort of stuff. Same as with the grip, same as with anyone else on a film crew. You're paying for their experience. You're not paying for the toys that they bring. You're paying for their experience that they bring to the job. And with a Russian arm operator and a camera car driver, they have to coordinate between the two of them how they are going to chase that car around the corners, etc., etc. What Thomas, the founder of this company, found, because he's got all those Russian arms, was that what they were missing was all the stuff in the corners, because the Russian arm couldn't take the corner because of with the giant thing on top of it as fast. It's all done now, by the way, as fast as the hero car was going through. So what they designed was this tower system. They wanted it to be carbon fiber and as light as possible so that it wasn't interfering with the performance of the car that they had it on, so the Porsche or whatever it was. So that car and the driver could drive to the maximum of their ability. So that's point one. Point two with the tower, with the difference is, because there's just this tower, and as I move it around, I take these out. I think I've got to get the one out up there. So I would have these in for when we're shooting, but when we're not shooting, I pull these out. And what that lets us do is we drive to a location like this, then we take the pins out and we set ourselves up something like this. And then I'll put the pins back in. There. So the camera's going to be here. It's going to pick up all that action as the car's beside us. Then it's going to come around and go around there. So essentially, when you're at a down low angle, when you're shooting car stuff, it's very exciting, very dynamic. When this comes up, we're showing that the family is safe and the SUV is safe for our family of passengers. So it's got the performance that the driver loves, but it's also safe for the family. That's what up and down is essentially doing for you in a shot. It's changing the emotion of the shot. That's where the tower is coming into its own. The second thing that it's doing is when we're trying to chase that car through those corners, the driver, because he knows exactly the footprint, this is called the footprint of this piece of equipment, he can drive very, very aggressively and hard, knowing exactly where that's there. He doesn't have to communicate or coordinate with the Russian arm operator anymore. He is completely in control of the position of the camera, which means he can drive that much more confidently in those situations. And those are really the things that came about and were the reasons for the development of the tower and this system, so that you could be capturing all those things. Most importantly, you could travel to set for logistics reasons and do it in whatever it was. So what it's doing now is it's initializing. The handset is saying this while it initializes. It always wants to do this because what it's doing is it's calibrating the motor, the distance of travel. But this is the same tower that you're seeing there. This is just a longer version. It's going to jump up here and say, I'm ready to go. It's ready to go. And so now the same system can be used as a motorized slider. And they'll often do that coming from the bonnet of the car to pick up the driver, and then we'll zip back and we'll see the passengers in rows 2 and 3.